Ladies and gentlemen, this story comes out of, I'm not exactly sure. I'll come up on it here in a moment. This story is sad because I don't know how many stories we've done that are exactly like this one, where children end up getting around a parent who has a drug addiction, getting into their drugs and passing away. But that's what happened in this story. So I want to tell y'all about this woman with that crazy looking face. I don't know why this woman looks like you just left her face like in front of an oven, like a marshmallow, and it just started to just swell up and start to melt. Like, that's what her face looks like to me. Just a weird, like, it's very rare that you ever catch me talking crap about a light-skinned chick, because I have an affinity for light-skinned chicks. But this one, I don't know, man. I don't know about this lady. Well, she looks a little bit better right here, I guess. But that's why I believe that makeup is the devil. Makeup is a horrible thing, because that's what you think you're going to get. And then you turn around and in real life, that's what you get. More than 8 months after her 3-year-old daughter died from acute fentanyl intoxication, authorities in Nashville have charged that woman. Her name is Paris Clark-Wilcox. Let me spell it for you. Prestina. Prestina. Clark, spelled traditionally, Wilcox, Wilcox, charged her with the child's murder. Now, this website that I got this from People, confirmed that the 24-year-old mother surrendered to police after a grand jury returned a first-degree murder indictment against her. Do y'all know how serious first-degree murder is? If you're not familiar, first-degree murder can actually get you life in prison, or it could get you the death sentence. I actually talked to a friend of mine earlier, and shout out to my brother Kurt Dog, because I explained the story to him because I really wanted to kind of get more perspective than just what my thoughts were. And I think he did help me with my perspective before I say what I'm getting ready to say. But let me tell you the story. Grand jurors also charged her with aggravated child neglect and aggravated child endangerment. The charges were announced on Wednesday. Paris Clark-Wilcox was found unresponsive. That's the little girl's name. And I'm going to tell you guys something that I thought was really weird. I scoured the internet for hours today. I could not find a single picture of this little girl. And let me give credit and say thank you to my friend Illicit Deeds, who confirmed that the little bitty small snippet picture that I did find was actually the baby's picture, and gave me a better link to pull up a little bit of a bigger picture. Let me show y'all the princess that's involved in this story. Take a look at this screen. Look at that precious, beautiful angel. Beautiful, innocent, sweet, quiet, wouldn't hurt anybody. It just desires to be protected, to be nourished, to be loved. Children are very simple creatures. And this beautiful, beautiful baby girl lost her life because I believe the mother was selfish and put her own personal pleasures, her own personal needs, her own personal wants over this beautiful baby's soul. That little girl's name is Paris Clark-Wilcox. I think I got her picture back in here. Let's see, right here. That's baby Paris. So I want y'all to bookmark that. Baby Paris was found unresponsive and not breathing at her mother's Antioch home back in July, according to a statement from Nashville Metro Police. Clark-Wilcox and her boyfriend transported baby Paris to Smyrna Hospital, where she was pronounced dead shortly after. The ingestion or excuse me, the investigation. I said ingestion. The investigation, led by Youth Services Detective John Grubbs, determined that Paris Clark-Wilcox, the mother, was addicted to illegal drugs. A small plastic bag containing a white rock that tested positive for cocaine was found in Paris Clark-Wilcox's bed when officers arrived to check the home after Paris's death. It is believed that the child ingested her mother's illegal drugs. Clark-Wilcox is being held on a $250,000 bond. She has not yet entered a plea to the charges against her, and it's unclear whether she has retained an attorney authorized to speak on her behalf. There's a lot to talk about, especially from a lot of different perspectives. I think if they give her the maximum penalty under law, I'm okay with it. But I do think that they might have gotten the charges just a little bit wrong. Just a little bit wrong. But I'll talk about that here in a moment. Let me give you guys the fair usage. Let me let you hear the news video. Let's get it. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use. It is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. And don't forget, if you guys are watching this video, please do us a favor and click that thumbs up merely for the memory of this baby. Make sure you guys click that thumbs up, okay? Here we go. Let's get it.
And a mother faces first-degree felony murder charges in her daughter's death. This is 24-year-old Pristina. First-degree felony murder charges in her daughter's death. This is 24-year-old Paris Clark-Wilcox. Surrendering to yesterday afternoon, the little girl named Paris was found unresponsive and not breathing at the mom's home last July. The medical examiner says the 3-year-old girl died from acute fentanyl intoxication. Clark-Wilcox is in jail on a $250,000 bond. As of this morning, no court date yet set or announced.
That was probably the most nonchalant news video I've ever seen over something so serious. But, you know, they're just doing their job and they're getting on with the next story. I'm pretty sure they're probably tired of seeing stories like this. But that was the only news video I was able to find. But I do have a lot to talk about in a short amount of time. First and foremost, we have to talk about what is first-degree murder. I actually had to look this up. So if y'all have a moment, let me give you guys a little bit of a synopsis about first-degree murder. In most states, first-degree murder is defined as unlawful killing that is both willful and premeditated. Remember, we talk about this all the time on my channel. Willful and premeditated, meaning that it was committed after planning or lying in wait for the victim. For example, Dan comes home to find his wife in bed with Victor. 3 days later, Dan waits behind a tree near Victor's front door. When Victor comes out of his house, Dan shoots and kills him. That's a scenario. Most states also adhere to a legal concept known as the felony murder rule, under which a person commits first-degree murder if any death, even an accidental one, which this one we consider to be an accidental death, results from the commission of certain violent felonies such as arson, burglary, kidnapping, rape, and robbery. The elements for first-degree murder: the state laws categorizing murders into first, second, and possibly third degree generally requires that first-degree murders include 3 basic elements: willfulness, deliberation, and premeditation. Federal law and some states also require malice aforethought as an element. States, however, differ as to how malice must be shown and whether this is a separate requirement for willful, deliberate, and premeditating of human life. Most states also enumerate certain kinds of killings as first-degree murders without the need to prove intent, deliberation, and premeditation. Not all states divide murder into degrees. In some places, the top-level murder crime is called by another name, such as capital murder, which we've talked about that a lot. So let me see if I can whittle this down a little bit. Let's see. This would be under... Okay, here we go. Let's read this one. Malice aforethought, because I think this is what they're getting her on. Under many state laws, perpetrators of first-degree murder must have acted with malice or malice aforethought. Malice, and I hope I'm saying that right. Y'all gonna laugh at me and be like, that's not right, Just Jay. Let me see. How do you say this word? Okay, it's not gonna tell me. Okay, Google is not gonna tell me how to say that word, but whatever. Anyway, malice generally includes an evil disposition or purpose and indifference to human life. State treats the concept of malice differently. Under some laws, malice aforethought essentially means the same thing as acting with premeditated intent to kill or extreme indifference to human life. Other states require a showing of malice distinct from the willfulness, deliberation, and premeditation generally required for first-degree murder. State laws often categorize specific types of killing as first degree. In these cases, the typical elements of specific intent to kill, deliberation, and premeditation may not be required. These often include the killing of a child by use of unreasonable force, which they might be getting her on that. Certain killings committed in pattern of domestic abuse. They could be getting her on that too. The murder of a law enforcement officer and homicides occurring in the commission of other crimes such as arson, rape, robbery, or other violent crimes. And I don't know if they include drugs in that, but they could also be getting on her that also. Many states also categorize certain methods of killing as murder in the first degree, and these would include intentional poisonings, murder resulting from imprisonment or torture, and murders in which the killer laid in wait for or ambushed the victim. Sorry, I read that wrong. Why did I read y'all all of that legal jargon? Because I think that they might be getting this wrong. Here's why. I believe, in my humble opinion, I think that they might have got this a little bit wrong because she didn't intentionally kill her kid. Now, is she an intentional drug user? Yes. Did she intentionally have drugs at her house? Yes. Did she intentionally give drugs to her kid? No. Y'all have watched videos before that have went viral on social media where you've actually seen caretakers or mothers or people who thought it was funny to take marijuana cigarettes or take some weed and give it to the kids and allow the kids to smoke and get high. That's intentional. That is intentional. She didn't take her cocaine or fentanyl or crack or whatever it is that she had and intentionally give it to her kid. If the kid found her stash, got into the stash, and ingested her stash, that's not intentional. And I just think that first degree murder is a bit too harsh. Y'all know I am the advocate for children. I'm the biggest advocate for children. I think the charge for this might be adjusted. I think it might be changed. How many of y'all agree with me? Now, I will tell you this on the flip side. If they do charge her with first degree murder and convict her, I'm not going to feel sorry. I'm not going to advocate for her. I'm not going to say they should change it. If she gets it, she gets it, period. She's a drug user. She ain't trying to do nothing positive with her life. She's always been a hard head. Didn't want to grow up to become something great and put her child in danger. For that, I don't feel bad for her at all. I want y'all to understand me clearly. Far as this GoFundMe, this is disgusting. This is disgusting. An individual by the name of Danielle Hayes is organizing this fundraiser on behalf of Enid Price Hairston, who I'm assuming is the attorney or trying to secure an attorney for the mother, Paris Clark-Wilcox. There's a big old long message. Y'all can look this up. It is out there on GoFundMe. But they're asking for $25,000 to support the legal fees of a broad that put her child in a dangerous situation, neglect, and this little girl died in the custody of her mother. That's disgusting. That they have 70 donors who donated $1,500 for what? She caused her daughter's death, and y'all are going to help her? Y'all are going to help get her out of prison? I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Fund her legal fees? I don't like that at all. I just don't like that. Why don't y'all let the family, if her life is so important, let her mother, let her father, let her grandparents, let her cousins, let her family and friends donate her legal fees if it's that damn important. If the family won't do it, why does society want to help this woman out? I don't like that. I don't like it at all. I am so thankful that Illicit Deeds helped me confirm that little girl's picture. We were able to find the little girl so we could put some respect on her name, because otherwise we wouldn't have known who to give the respect to. But this is a beautiful baby girl. This little baby girl, Paris, cannot speak for herself, nor could she defend herself against the tyranny and the prison that her mother put her into. And this baby died because her mother neglected her. And the mother cared more about her boyfriend and cared more about her drugs than she did this beautiful angel. And for that, the mother needs to suffer at whatever happens to her in court. If the family can't afford to put up a defense for her, then I don't think society needs to do it. To this beautiful baby girl, baby Paris, young princess, R.I.P. This world did not do right by this baby. I'm DJ Just Jay with the AFC, where we advocate for children first, and I hope you guys kind of understand where I'm coming from. I'm fair, but I'm also firm when it comes to defending our children. Thank you for listening to this story with an open mind and an open heart. Thank you.